all the evil are. You could get into shit inside the house now.
Question for you, because you mentioned, because your biggest argument for why they need to get out the house is for experience. Do you think it's important for a woman to get experience?
I know you. I would like her to be innocent, but then again, she's not going to develop.
What's more important, her innocence or her being experienced?
Her innocence, 100%.
Hold on. Okay, let's go around the table on this one.
Let's say her innocence.
Let's go around the table on this one. What's more important, a woman's ability to experience things or her innocence? What about you? Well, based on your argument, it seems that experience is more important.
No, I feel like innocence, bro. I think
that my innocence was stripped
from me, bro.
Why won't you keep them at home then?
No, I would raise my child to where she's 22, 23, and she understands the concept of being a woman.
Bruh. Okay. What about you?
Experience, for sure.
Experience. All right. What about you?
Innocence, but I don't believe they're mutually exclusive.
Okay. What about you?
Good answer. If I had to choose, I would say the experience, but I see the importance of the innocence. If they can get both, that'd be amazing.
You're contradicting yourself based off the first answer. You're saying
No,
you don't
I
want to be
don't think so.
traumatized.
What about you?
Experience, but I think you can be experienced and still have innocence to you. I don't think that
Very
necessarily
different.
You can be naive.
Very difficult.
You can be
to do.
naive.
What about you?
Innocence.
It's an evil world we live in.
It
Evil world.
really is. And
What about you?
I would definitely say innocence.
Okay, then I know you make the
It's
argument.
an evil world we
So,
live in.
if most of you claim innocence is the most important, wouldn't you want your daughter to stay at home as long as possible?
I think innocence can be a choice when you have God in your life and you're walking a path of purity, but that's not going to come from your parents pushing that on you. It's going to come from a personal choice.
But
and
how many
devotion.
women are going to make that conviction? Let's be honest here.
I think
Women cannot find God without a man.
Bam.
Like, you have no connection. When women are alone with their own thoughts, they go to crystals and they start kicking niggas in the balls.
Yeah.
Well, that is absolutely not true.
Star signs and
It is. That's why you're laughing. You go to all this yoga, spirituality.
crystals, bro.
Do you have crystals? No, this is every single girl who does not have a man, either her father or husband, to tell her about God, then she's immediately going to go to crystals and witchcraft.
That is not
Sounds
true.
like you be
I
dating
was
some
raised by a
losers.
mother.
No, there's no girl. If a girl's alone with her thoughts, she's going to go to hit like poopy Hinduism. I swear.
Well, what he's saying,
absolutely.
ladies, you're reading a little bit too much into what he's saying is that typically if you look at a traditional woman that's strong in her conviction, with whether she's Christian or Muslim or whatever it may be, a lot of times there's a strong masculine figure in her life, whether it's her father, her brother, or a boyfriend.
No, I'm saying women cannot connect to God without a man.
That's what I agree with you. I agree.
It goes God, man, woman every time.
I disagree. I absolutely disagree.
You think
There
you
was
would believe
no
in God
man-
if was your dad Muslim?
Yeah, but
course.
he had absolutely. My dad became whatever perfect Muslim that he is later on in his life.
Right, but God is patriarchal. It has to come down from a masculine
okay,
figure.
but it came from my mother though. Like
Where did she
every
get it
time
from?
that I told her, you know what, I feel so alone. This is so far. I'm thinking about going back home. She's always told me,
No.
you go back to God.
Dig
You're
deeper.
never alone.
Dig deeper.
Where did she get it from?
Where did she get it from?
From her parents.
It's patriarchal.
I'm guessing.
It always has to come from a man. So I'm saying, like, if a woman doesn't have that, she's not going to be able to connect with God. And if she goes from the house early, you say, like, go off and get experience, which really just means get a bunch of dick.
No. Okay.
That's what experience is.
We need to know. We need to know
because
She needs to have her dad to say, this is the husband that you're going to marry. And then you can leave the house. But other than that, like, she's not going to go get a bunch of experience. I know you got, like, you have, like, your house and stuff.
You're
but
right.
most girls, like, and as we all established in the beginning of the podcast, you all said trauma. You don't want women to become traumatized.
Yeah.
And experience is the only way someone's going to get
all of a sudden.
traumatized.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to get. I wanted to get all the
Trauma
girls.
is super subjective.
I wanted to get the girls' takes on this because this sounds funny.
Yeah.
I want to get all the. It's a video. I want to get all the girls' takes on this because in America we tend to kind of kick our kids out the house as quick as we can, and I think maybe for a son that's appropriate so that they can figure out how the world really works and get kicked in the teeth a little bit and grow. But for women, I think you need to protect that innocence and keep them from the world, especially if she's like young and attractive, like at her prime. You got to protect it because I think if you leave women to their own devices, they fuck themselves up. They do dumb shit. They go out, be hoes, drink alcohol, do drugs, experiment with guys, and then the problem is this. You can never get a woman's value back. So, like, if she loses her virginity, that's it.
It's gone.
If she becomes a whore, does promiscuous, that's it. Like, she loses the ability to be taken seriously by a man of value. So I look at it like, if I had a daughter, she's staying at the house with me until she's married. She's not going nowhere. I don't care if she's fucking 30 years old. She's staying with me the whole time because I look at it like, until you can find a man that will replace me, you're staying here by my side.
Lock her up.
So,
And
granted,
tell us you can look for that man sheltered in your house, though.
And here's the other big reason, too, why it's important. Sneeko kind of alleged, he spoke about it a little bit. The best assessor for the man to take the daughter is either her brother or
Uncle,
her father
brother.
or her uncle, like a male who doesn't have some type of weird sexual interest in her. They're going to be the most objective. Like if I know, okay, I'm going to pass my daughter to somebody, I want to make sure that guy is as good as me at least. You know what I mean? Or can provide her a certain lifestyle. I don't want my daughter to work.
Yeah, you guys can't decide. You can't even decide that all these girls are not 9s. So how are you going to be able to find a husband if you can't even be honest about the way you look? You're not good at deciding and making decisions. So let it be up to your father.
That's why there is roles. Like I never thought that men and women are the same and they're equal.
Yeah.
A man has a role and women have a role. And they're never the same. Like it's kind of like completing. I would never take over and go talk to my son boy about what he should or should not do with women.
Right.
Like, what if you have a bad relationship with your dad, and then he's supposed to pick out your future partner?
Your older brother,
Right.
ideally.
When
I know
he
that's a
abused
one.
you your whole life.
That's
Like,
an
how is
exception.
that?
Well, hold
Yeah.
on. Keep in mind that's a very Western thing where you don't have a 2-parent household and the father's not there. Like that's a very Americanized Western thing. Like you go to other parts of the world, like this whole concept of divorce and
Yeah.
not being together and single mother households. This is a strictly American
Baby
Western
mama,
bullshit.
baby
So,
daddy.
She brought
Yeah.
up a very good point, though, because you said, what if your father doesn't have a good relationship with you? That's a very good point. Now, granted, are you a better picker than your father or your brother or your uncle?
For my own life, yes.
We have a video that illustrates
The answer
this.
is no, actually, no.
You're not.
Hold on. Let me.
Yeah.
You're with a guy right now that's younger than you that makes less money than you. That's unacceptable.
Ta-da. Good job.
That's an L.
Well, I'm not with. I'm still.
You're stuck.
But you're giving him a chance,
but
so
you're
you
stuck.
kind of
Like-
with him. You sharing the energy.
And this is what I'm trying to say. Like, this is why, like, you need that masculine authority to tell you you're fucking up. What are you doing? Like as a woman, right? And this is why it's so important. Because here's the thing. This is why arranged marriages were practiced for so long.
Alhamdulillah.
Women are terrible at selecting partners. And
Yeah.
let me explain what I mean by this, right?
Yeah.
If you look at if you ask her, oh, what do you like or whatever, she's gonna look at things depending on where she is
in
in
an
life.
emotional way.
She's gonna look what emotionally stimulates her. Who
Yeah.
emotionally stimulates her? Assholes, bad boys, etc. They're able to kind of garner this emotion out of them, and they're attracted to that. But it's the dad's job to come in and be like, no, that guy's bad for you. You need to get with this boring engineer guy. He might not be the best looking, but he's gonna take care of you, treat you well. Yeah. So fuck your feelings and want to be exciting. Get with the guy that's nice and stable. But the problem is that when girls are hot and they're young, they don't know this shit.
That's stupid.
They pick the guy who's going to beat the shit out of her.
They become pendejas. Real quick. We got a video that illustrates this perfectly. We played this earlier on our earlier stream. Go ahead, Bills. Play the video. This is when you don't have a father or brother to help you actually pick
You do
your
dumb shit
man.
like this.
He has me blocked on all social medias, but we're still together.
I'm a pendeja. I went through his phone and saw that he was talking to other girls, but I still stayed.
I'm a pendeja. He said he didn't want a relationship, but like doing relationship things with me, so I stayed. I'm a pendeja. He cheated on me 3 times, but I still bought him his kids' vibe.
I'm a pendeja. He would constantly call me when I was out with friends, but when he would go out, I wasn't allowed. And he would actually turn off his phone.
I'm a pendeja. I got his initial tatted on me, and he didn't even ask me to be his girlfriend. I'm a pendeja. He cheated on me with my best friend, and now we're engaged.
I'm a pendeja. He said he would change, and 10 years later, he's still the same.
I'm a pendeja. He said it would just be me after a few threesomes, but here we are on number 8. I'm a pendeja. We've been dating for 2 years, but he's still not ready to introduce me to his family.
So
and fatherless women.
And that's the thing, like that's why it's so important to have like whether a brother or a father to help you. Because what I've realized, and you can look at America right now, right? We have a lot of women that are single that
moms.
come from single mother households, and they don't have a masculine figure in their life, and then they're the ones that are responsible for finding the man. Who do they pick? They pick the dickheads, the
worst.
brokies, the idiots, the bad boys, etc. These guys that are not good long-term investment partners. And this is why you need a guy there, because you meet another man, you're able to tell what type of time he's on. Oh, this guy's a brokey, he's a bum, he's a loser, this isn't a good pick, etc. If you have a good a brother or something, he can tell you right away, no, this fucking guy isn't it. What the fuck's wrong with you? But girls, they go off their emotions and how the guy makes them feel.
How they feel.
So if a guy treats you like shit like that, they stick around.
Because they don't know any better. You know the really fucked up thing, if you actually listen to pimps speak, pimps will always target women that don't have dads because they know they're much easier to manipulate. And women are always going to need a masculine figure, so the easiest girl to get to work for you and give all the money away to you is a fatherless woman. Like, that's who they target, that's who they stick their fangs into. And if they're religious, the first step of a pimp is to remove God from her life whatsoever, because that God is a masculine figure. If she doesn't have that, she's gonna go to the pimp and she's gonna end up selling her pussy for $20 and he's taking 80%. That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, and like with you, right? Like, not to pick on you, or whatever, but if like let's say I was your brother, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? You're 34 years old. You have some real estate property. Why are you with a guy younger than you that's a brokey? What the fuck are you doing? Are you stupid? Like, you need to get with a guy that at least makes more money than